So this is my Outlander, 32-inch Terminators, 570X and more. I'm going to attempt to make some metal floorboards today. So far I've done some trimming just to fit these tires as it was. So these old plastic floorboards, I know I don't like them. I did clear the tires with them. They rubbed just a tiny bit, but they're just plastic shit. Cracked all to hell, so I don't like them anymore. I'm gonna build something else. As for a plan here, I got two 6-foot lengths of 1/8-inch flat bar. Got from Canadian Tire for 24 bucks. As for a plan, I'm gonna try and build basically just a flat bar coming up, attaching to this piece, and then fill the gap with plastic that'll cut out from these old floorboards. Probably just these sections right here, cut those out and rivet them on to the new metal ones and paint them red, and we got something sweet. Next thing I did was just trim these parts out, make it nice and flat there on both sides. So that's going to give you lots of room for clearance. So then the goal, why I left these parts here, is because I want to come at an angle so I still have enough room to get this clutch cover out. Hopefully it works. Next I cut 4 9-inch pieces of flat bar and then drilled 4 holes where those stock bolts went in, these ones here that hold that plastic floorboard on. Only problem is they were too short, so I had to just look at my bolt bin and find the same bolt at about 1/2 inch longer. So you will need a bolt like this, and easy enough. You can, if you have a bolt bin, you should be able to find one, or you can go to Canadian Tire and match one up that's about 1/2 inch longer, and you'll need 8 of them and you'll be good to go. Next I cut a 13-inch piece of flat bar that fit on there nice, and then I welded it to that piece. At first I started using that flux core. Man, that stuff is just garbage. So then I pulled out the classic MIG steel and using the argon. So you will need a welder for this project. So I got that on both sides, welded on. So now I'm gonna weld on a piece. It's gonna go from here to here and from here to here, and then connect another piece of flat bar like this, and then that's gonna go up both sides. Next up was a 2.5-inch piece on both sides. That one's a 3.5, like on the other side. 3.5, 2.5. Next up, I was gonna start lopping off these clips here, measuring stuff out, and I don't have enough flat bar, so I was looking like those clips are actually all pretty good. So I decided to start hacking up these plastic pieces here. So I clipped that back in, and it runs down, and then I'm gonna stick this flat bar right along here, and then bolt this like that. That is how I'm going to do it for now. That's what it looks like with those two 9.5-inch pieces in there, and then this will bolt up like that. Next up is a 10-inch piece, hole drilled in there to bolt to the plastic, and this side is a 12-inch piece. Same deal. So that's gonna hold all the strength here. And then these plastic pieces will just zip tie to those. Pretty well timed to paint. Last up, I took it off and welded every joint on the back side underneath. So this thing is ready for paint. Primed. Well guys, this is what I ended up with at the end of the day here. Finished product. Only thing left to do is just a few more zip ties. I just ran out. Got two there, two there. Not really worth filming again. So that's it painted up. I think I mentioned this 10-inch piece, 12-inch piece. Drilled a hole, put a bolt through. The nut on the other side just fits underneath there. The only thing I screwed up on was right here. This hole, I wasn't paying enough attention when I drilled it, and the drill bit kind of spun and rolled out, so that pissed me off, but it is what it is. That's my own fault. So if you guys do this, try and not do that. But look at that clearance for 32, 33, no problem. No problem at all. I would even say a 34 could be doable, but most guys say 33 for these floorboards, which is where I'm sitting, so it makes sense with enough to try and get that clutch cover and stuff out. This is the one on the clutch side, just priming it and painting it, but paint's got to set up, so I haven't thrown it on yet, but it'll just look the same as the other side. So I'll show you guys once everything's on and I roll it out in the sun and stuff. But there she is. Another thing I may as well just mention, these gaps in here, they don't bother me like these mud machines, so I just want a little bit of protection for my feet, and this was that pocket I cut out to fit the 32s on stock. So for you guys, you might not have this big gap here. Another thing is on the stock floorboards where I cut, I just made my life easy and just cut at the seams here. I easily could have gone from here and down, got some more plastic, straightened it out a little, and then covered it more. Again, it don't bother me. I just made my life easy. If any of you decide to actually do this design, you could definitely get enough plastic out of those to cover this all up. And even down here, just leave those open for some mud to evacuate out. These things always come up with mud so quick. But I'm assuming if you guys are doing this, you're running big tires, you get the thing muddy, you probably like me and don't care as much. The point here is cheap, do-it-yourself floorboards. Are they as nice as Full Throttle, Wild Boar, those other makes? Probably not, but they work, and they're gonna work good. And they were $40 after everything. Like 4 lengths of flat bar. I did run out. I had to buy another 3-foot chunk just to finish the other side, but you know, the two from Canadian Tire were $12 each, so $24 plus one more, that was $8. So you're $34, and then 4 bolts and nuts and zip ties, under $40 for sure. It's pretty damn cheap floorboards. And then plus cost of power for welder and stuff, but who knows how much that would cost. Luckily, or likely you already have that stuff anyways.